Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and the weather hasn't allowed me to record a training session lately, and so a lot of people weren't really aware of what's going on with my training at the moment. And even though it is very, very cold today, as you guys can see, I'm in all cold weather gear, cold weather Under Armour and everything, and a beanie on. It is very, very cold, but at least it isn't raining, which has allowed me to train. I think literally every day has been leading to light drizzle when I've gone outside to train, so I haven't been able to film a training session in weeks. Now, a lot of the people are not aware of the type of training that I use. I use a variation of Bulgarian light right now, and I train anywhere from 6 to 7 days a week. I do singles with just training maxes. I don't try to hit true maxes. These are training maxes, which means you try not to go over 90% of what you would be able to hit psyched up. I try to keep very, very calm. I don't psych myself up. No ammonia salts or anything, and I just crank out singles, and when I hit one that starts to get fairly slow, that's too heavy. They should all be relatively quick. Singles, hopefully like RPE 9 on a 1 to 10 scale. But I squat every day, I deadlift every day, I bench press every day, and then I usually do some other accessory work. I usually throw 1 to 3 accessories in. It's usually some sort of overhead press and either Pendlay rows or weighted chin-ups. And I don't really do a lot of sets. Some days on some of those, if I'm doing lighter weight for triples, I'll go up to 5 sets. But a lot of times I do 1 to 2 good work sets of even my accessories. And as you guys can see here, I only go up to like a 210 kilo pause squat on the high bar. So this is not a max for me. I opened with 220 at my last meet. So again, clearly this is not exactly maxes for me, but they are training maxes. But all in all, I was happy with my squats today. It's just regular, consistent strength. I don't really have bad workouts anymore, even when I train 7 days a week, because everything is done on an RPE scale. It's just calm, relaxed training maxes. I just don't have bad sessions. It's just steady, predictable strength. And if you're deadlifting, squatting, and bench pressing every single day with nice, predictable strength, as long as the general curve is upward over the months and you occasionally hit a PR here or there, it's fine. Since I'm trying to make weight in a lighter weight class, actually, even if I drop a weight class successfully without gaining any strength whatsoever, I will be the number 2 ranked lifter in my weight class and in my federation in the United Kingdom. So I'm not that worried. This is good progress for 3 years back training. Obviously, I want to be a lot better than that. I want to be the number 1 lifter in the country and compete at Worlds eventually in my weight class, but that's going to take me time. I'm looking at probably a minimum of another 2 years of work to get there, and I'll probably be hitting the Masters 1 just about that time. So I want to try to get there before I turn 40 and go into Masters 1, but I'll definitely be the top lifter in my class in Masters 1 when I get there. So either way, I'm good to go. So I'm just focusing on maintaining strength, learning technique right now and everything. And so it's just not a big deal. I'm not that focused on training that hard. I'm focused on training just consistently and dialing in my numbers and dialing in my strength over and over and over, day after day after day. And my workouts are only about 30 to 35 minutes. And sometimes I'll come back because they're so short and brief, even though the frequency is ultra high, and I'll do some extra work on occasion for a second 15-minute session here and there. But at this point, I'm pretty much training every single day, despite the weather. And this deadlift, this one actually felt a little heavy, even though it's just only 240 kilos. That's like 530 pounds. This deadlift actually felt a little heavy. It was almost a grinder. But again, that's what happens when you're deadlifting at this type of frequency, and eventually you adapt and get stronger. But there you go. As you can see, it was a little heavy. I struggled with that, locking it out. That should have popped up a lot faster with only 240 kilos. As you guys have seen me do that for 5 reps before when bulking in the past. But again, cutting, things get a little tougher. And even on the Pendlay rows, these were just a little bit sloppier than I like, because I increased the weight recently from 105 kilos to 110 for my work sets on these, and so they're a little sloppy. I'm getting just a little bit of cheating in there, and I probably need to clean that up now that I've videoed this again. I haven't been able to in a month. So I don't really like that. And then my last lift, I just did high rep overhead pressing. I only did 65 kilos. With just a strict press, which is obviously very light for me, but it's just finishing work. I need a little more volume in my shoulders and triceps and things because my bench pressing volume itself is so low. So I went ahead and just repped this out to really high reps and ended up doing 15 reps with it. So that's pretty much what my training looks like for me. This is just an average training day. My days are pretty similar. There's not a lot of variation other than the accessory work, or if I occasionally do some back offsets or more singles on a lift. It's just very consistent and steady right now. So I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time. Oops, the way I had turned the rack to try to make this easier to film ended up causing a little bit of an accident there, but fortunately it was a lightweight, so it's all good.